5 watches are taking your money and giving you nothing back, and 3 are quietly worth every dollar. But number 1 is the watch your friend bought last year and quietly stopped wearing. Number 5, the Tudor Royal, released in 2020, marketed aggressively as the affordable Rolex Datagist. Tudor positioned it as the entry into Wilsdorf family watchmaking at half the Datagist's price. The marketing worked. The Royal sold in volume from 2020 through 2024. Then buyers wore them, and buyers noticed. The Royal's case finishings sits one tier below the Datagist copies. The brushed steel is less precise. The polished bevels are softer. The integrated bracelet, the design feature Tudor pitched as the Royal's identity, shows micro scratches faster than the Datagist Oyster bracelet. The dial printing under loupe inspections reveals less refined application than Rolex specifications. These are not failures. These are downgrades the buyer didn't see in the photograph and only notices after living with the watch for 18 months. Retail between $2,400 and $4,000. The buyer who saved up for the Royal instead of waiting another year for the actual Datagist at $7,500 made a math mistake. The Datagist holds value, gets serviced as a Rolex, and improves the longer it's owned. The Royal depreciates, services as a Tudor, and reveals its compromises with time. The man wearing the Royal thinks he got a Datagist at half the price. Anyone who reads watches sees the Royal and knows exactly what happened. Number 4, the Hublot Big Bang. The watch the newly wealthy man buys when he doesn't know what to buy. Hublot Big Bang prices start at $14,000 for steel and climb past $25. 000 for the gold and ceramic variants. The marketing leans on the case design, the layered construction, the H-shaped screws. The bold styling Hublot calls the art of fusion. The watch sells. Look inside. The Hublot Big Bang in most steel configurations runs the Hub 12/8 movement. Strip the Hublot decoration off the rotor. The base is a Sellita SW300 or modified ETA caliber, the same architectural family used in watches that retail at $1,000 to $500. Christopher Ward uses Sellita. Oris uses Sellita. Longines uses Sellita. The buyer paying $18,000 for a Hublot Big Bang steel paid roughly $1,000 for the movement and $17,000 for the case design and the brand name. When you see a Big Bang at a restaurant, you're looking at a man who thinks loud equals expensive. He's right about the price. He's wrong about everything else. The watch tells anyone who reads spec sheets exactly one thing. He didn't know what to buy. Number 3, the MoonSwatch. When the Swatch SX Omega MoonSwatch dropped in March 2022, the lines outside Swatch stores went viral. The watch retailed at $260. The resale market hit $500 within weeks. Millions sold globally. The hype died. The case is by ceramic, plastic blended with ceramic powder. Manufacturing cost around $10. The movement is a quartz module, battery-powered electronics, not mechanical. Cost approximately $5. The strap is Velcro. The crystal is Hesalite plastic. Total bill of materials sits around $35 to $40. The MoonSwatch retails at $260. The markup over manufacturing cost is roughly 650%. The man who paid $1,500 secondhand will never see that money again. The resale market collapsed across 2024 and 2025. The man who paid $260 at retail owns a $40 watch with an Omega logo on the dial. Swatch sold more MoonSwatches in 18 months than they sold serious watches in a decade. The reason isn't that the watch is good. The reason is the watch isn't really a watch. Number 2, the Apple Watch Hermès. The Apple Watch Hermès retails between $500 and $1,500. The standard Apple Watch Series 9 retails between $400 and $700. The Hermès version uses identical internals, same chip, same screen, same battery, same operating system. The premium, roughly $800 to $1,500, is for the orange leather strap and a Hermès watch face. The strap is genuinely well made. Hermès leather is real. The strap will outlive the watch by 20 years. That's the problem. Every Apple Watch becomes electronic waste in 3 to 4 years. The Series 3 from 2017 can't run modern watch OS. The Series 5 is already showing performance degradation. The Series 9 the buyer is wearing today will be obsolete by 2028. The Hermès strap will still be perfect. The watch it's attached to will not turn on. Hermès makes real mechanical watches, the Slim Dermis, the Arceau, the Cape Cod, between $5,000 and $20,000, lasting a lifetime. The man wearing the Apple Watch Hermès didn't buy a Hermès watch. He bought a smartwatch Hermès licensed its name to, paid $800 extra for the strap, and will be wearing a dead device in 5 years. Number 1. The Tag Heuer Connected, the biggest smartwatch mistake in luxury watchmaking history. Tag Heuer launched the Connected line in 2015 to compete with the Apple Watch. The pricing reflected the ambition. Connected watches retailed between $1,800 and $2,800. The Connected runs Google Wear OS, the same operating system on fossil smartwatches that retail at $200 to $400, same processor family, same screen, same battery limitations. The Tag Heuer logo on the dial added roughly $500 to a smartwatch functionally identical to a $300 model from a different manufacturer. By 2022, Tag Heuer quietly stopped releasing new generations at the regular cadence. The Connected Caliber E4 still ships. The software already lags the current Apple Watch and Samsung Galaxy Watch, devices that cost a third of the price and update for longer. The buyers who paid $2,500 in 2020 are wearing watches already obsolete by 2026 standards. The Tag Heuer Mechanical Carrera from the same era still keeps perfect time. The smartwatch sitting next to it in the drawer cannot run a current app. A watch with a battery isn't the same thing as a watch with a movement. Tag knew this. The buyer didn't. Comment your current watch. We'll tell you whether it earned the price. Subscribe for more. Now the 3 watches that actually deserve every dollar. Trusted Watch 1. The Tudor Black Bay 58, same brand as the Royal at number 5. Completely different watch, released in 2018. The watch that proved Tudor could build something the watch community respects on its own merits, not as a discount Rolex. 39mm steel case in 316L stainless. In-house manufacture caliber MT5402 movement, cost chronometer certified, 70-hour power reserve. Built in Geneva using Rolex-grade case and component infrastructure. Retail, $4,150. A Rolex Submariner with comparable specifications retails $9, $150 at MSRP, and trades at $15,000 to $20,000 on the gray market because of multi-year waitlists. The Black Bay 58 has no waitlist. The build quality is Rolex grade. The movement is Rolex grade. The Royal was the watch Tudor built for marketing. The Black Bay 58 is the watch Tudor, built for the people who actually wear watches. Same parent, different product, different buyer. Trusted Watch 2. The Omega Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch, the watch the MoonSwatch is trying to be, NASA certified for manned spaceflight in 1965. The first watch worn on the moon during Apollo 11 in 1969. Every Speedmaster Professional since has been built to the same specification. Manual, wind mechanical chronograph, Hesalite or sapphire crystal, steel case at 42mm, lunar tested certification. The current Speedmaster Moonwatch coaxial master chronometer retails around $7,400. The MoonSwatch sold the photograph, same case shape, same dial layout. The photograph costs $260. The actual watch costs $7,400 because the movement is mechanical, the case is real steel. The crystal will be there in 50 years, and the watch can be serviced indefinitely. When the MoonSwatch buyer finally upgrades, he understands what he was paying for the first time. Trusted Watch 3. The Cartier Tank Must. Cartier launched the tank in 1917. Designed by Louis Cartier, inspired by the Renault FT tank that won World War I for the Allies. Andy Warhol wore one, Jackie Kennedy wore one, Princess Diana wore one. Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone wearing a tank Louis Cartier. In 2021, Cartier brought back the Tank Must, the affordable steel version, quartz movement, steel case, genuine Cartier dial finishing, made in Switzerland to Cartier specifications. Retail $2,900. The Tank Must is a real Cartier, not licensed, not a fashion partnership, not a smartwatch with a logo. Made by Cartier, finished by Cartier, sold by Cartier, designed off the original 1917 specification that defined the rectangular wristwatch. A Hublot Big Bang at $18 buys you a Solita movement with extravagant case design. A Cartier Tank Must at $2 900 buys you 109 years of design heritage chosen by French royalty, American presidents, and the founder of Apple. The Tank Must is what happens when a luxury brand puts the watch first and the marketing second.